The Raptors kept it close at home throughout, but probably deserved to lose by 8 points, or probably deserved to lose by even more to the Brooklyn Nets. Let's break everything down for you in tonight's post-game show. Raptors came into this game with a 10-game losing streak. The Brooklyn Nets came into this game with a 6-game losing streak. And the way it works, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to win. And it was the Brooklyn Nets. Toronto at home today against the Brooklyn Nets. We're 6.5-point underdogs. Really does showcase where the team is at this point, but we all know exactly where the team is at. It is what it is. Guys like Javon Freeman, Liberty starting games, like last game against the Wizards. Jahmi'us Ramsey started. Today, Jahmi'us Ramsey isn't on the team because his second 10-day contract expired. Like, these are the types of players that have to be with the team. The Raptors have used 29 different players this season, with Kobe Simmons on a 10-day contract being added in for today. Looked decent, but overall, not great from the Raptors here. An NBA game in 2024 finishes 96-88. Raptors don't even crack 90 today. That is where we are at. But before we go any further and cover how it all unfolded, please make sure, if you do enjoy what you see, you hit the like button. And because we do content like this for virtually every Raptors game, please make sure you're subscribed. 10 games left in the season. You're going to get content like this for 8 of those 10 games, and plenty more on the way in the offseason as well. Keep it locked with the Amateur Hour Army. But yeah, not a high-quality basketball game. Honestly, watching... It helps, doing it live with interaction from the chat consistently. But honestly, I've enjoyed games less than this one. I understood what it was going on. I understood it was a bad game and lack of quality overall, but it wasn't too horrible of a watch. That being said, it wasn't good either. The Raptors shoot 43.5% from the field. And they shoot 19% from 3. They go 5 of 27 from 3. Like, Olynyk goes 0 of 3 from 3. Grady Dick goes 0 of 5 from 3. Trent goes 2 of 7 from 3. Just an ugly game overall, but in the end, Brooklyn just had a little bit more firepower. Kind of makes sense. They're starting guys like Schroeder, Claxton, Bridges, Finney-Smith. We're starting Freeman Liberty, Abaji, right? Like, with all due respect to these guys, we were even bringing like Mohamedou Gay, Garrett Temple, Kobe Simmons off the bench. Like, it's just a difference in quality of the teams here, and Brooklyn showcased that in the end. Even though the Brooklyn Nets were -9 in the turnover statistics. In fact, that's been adjusted here. Brooklyn were -10 in the turnover statistics here. They still managed to win this game by 8 points. Didn't really tell the full story of the game. Brooklyn ended up winning the fourth quarter by 9 points. So Raptors were up going into the fourth quarter. The Raptors had kept it close pretty much throughout the game, largely down to Brooklyn turning the ball over a ton and overall not being very good. But yeah, in the end, when it was like a close game with 5 minutes left, the Raptors and their starters just completely fell apart. They forgot how to score. As things locked up for Brooklyn, they got a little bit more serious. The Raptors couldn't score defensively. They were everywhere. They were throwing doubles unnecessarily, leaving guys open, getting blown by too easily, and all things that come to the territory of not being a very good team. But, even it just felt a little bit disappointing seeing it unfold like that so quickly near the end of the game. But losing is the name of the game for the Raptors. The 11th loss in a row confirms that they will stay under the Memphis Grizzlies for another night in the standings. Memphis, big win for them last time out. Tonight, in tough against the Denver Nuggets. I believe they are currently losing by a hefty amount. We'll just confirm here. Yeah, they're down by 20 in the second quarter. They're down 49-29. So, yeah, going to be a loss there for the Memphis Grizzlies. So, Raptors keeping under the Grizzlies. So, a big loss there for the Raptors. An important loss there in the tank race and in the tank battle. Players don't tank. Organizations do, and the organization, I gotta say, is doing a very, very good job at it. But for the Raptors, for the rest of the season here, once again, like I've said, they might lose out. Not many easy games. Guess what? They just had 2 of their easy games, and they lost both. The one against the Wizards, I actually didn't watch. You may have noticed there was no content for that game, so watching on the and just box score surfing, like just box score surfing, not watching, it's a lot easier to root for the team to lose. That's where maybe my true emotions were evoked. I was kind of hoping, I hope they lose in a close one here, and they did. But watching this one live, you always do have the soft spot for the players you're invested in so much to do well. But checking in on the schedule here, yeah, not you get the Wizards and Nets again, but you were just 6.5-point underdogs to the Nets at home. You'll be like 9-point underdogs away from home. Home with the Wizards, you might be slightly favored, but with 10 games remaining, not seeing really where the win is going to come from for the Raptors. Things are tough, especially when numbers like this are being put up for the team. Kelly Olynyk 0-3 from 3, but does get 10 points, 9 assists, 4 of 9 shooting, like diming out of the high post. We're trying to take the positives where we can. Gary Trent with minorly inefficient, but 18 points. Abaji, 5 of 11 with 11 points. That's one of his better nights as a Raptor. Freeman Liberty looked his best in a Raptors NBA uniform with 15 points, 2 assists. Grady Dick, though, not his best. 8 points, 3 of 11 shooting. Off the bench, Bruce Brown plays pretty well. Kobe Simmons looked decent in his 17 minutes. Excited to see. Excited is a strong word. I'm looking for. Kobe Simmons is going to play more games, and it's like, it was a bit of an intriguing debut for the Raptors at the NBA level after playing with a 905 this season. Not much to say for the rest, really. Noir, not really that good. Temple, decent at 16 minutes. Yeah. There's only so many words you can use to describe the game. But where the game was lost, well, for starters, Raptors go 5 of 27 from 3. But where the game was lost, getting out rebounded by 20, getting out offensive rebounded by 8, and just not using the turnovers well enough. Like 16 points off their 20 turnovers, could have used more than that. The only reason the Raptors were really in the game for as long as they were is because Brooklyn turned the ball over a ton. That's where we're at right now, guys. So as far as the tank goes, look, job done here. It's tough, but I'm kind of numb to the pain at this point. We know what's going down. We know how everything's unfolding. It's a little tough to stomach as we go, but it is what it is. The Raptors are tanking. They're doing well at it. And with 10 games remaining, I'm just kind of waiting for the season to end. But along the way, we still have all the content here covering the next 10 games, the final 10 games of the Raptors season. Things are going to be tough. There's going to be some brutal losses in here, but maybe they sneak out a win or two. Will that be too much, not enough to claim the 6th best odds, the first overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft? That remains to be seen, but it very much feels as though with all the injuries and players missing games, tanking was the right decision by the Raptors. I just hope they did it sooner enough. So if you enjoyed what you saw from today, make sure you do hit the like button and subscribe for more Raptors content like this. 10 games remaining. 8 games will be covered in streams and in post-game shows. Anything else, we'll have plenty of videos out in the main channel and plenty of content on all amateur platforms in the offseason. Very excited to bring you that content. Keep it locked with the Amateur Hour Army.